I'm joined with the great Frank Callaghan from Golden Cariboo here at the Commodities Global Expo 2024 in Fort Lauderdale. Frank, you're looking great. I love the suit. I love the handkerchief.
I don't want to call it, apparently it's a pocket square. It used to be called a poof when I was wearing them, but it's a pocket square now.
Was the poof was too politically incorrect?
Apparently.
So, enough fashion talk for today. We're going to get into the gold market. Frank, we're sitting here. Gold is going to open up, I think, on the Sunday night futures at 6 o'clock, is it? 6 o'clock. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're hitting all-time highs. We hit them going into Friday. There's a lot of euphoria right now for gold, but we're still not getting the talk on CNBC. What's your read right now on what's happening in the gold market?
It's the buy low, sell high thing. I think that the seniors are doing really well. The mid-tiers are just starting to get a little bit of the flavor of the day. And I think maybe by January, early spring, you're going to see definitely a junior market. It's starting to develop. You can see it. The stocks are 2 cents or 6 cents, and you know it's starting. It's smart money's out. The smart money is in that market right now.
How different is it today for Frank Callaghan to be CEO of a junior mining gold company versus a few years back when you had success, or even if we look, decades ago,
30 years ago?
30 years ago, how it's changed. I just heard a rumor. Sorry if I'm breaking this news, but Canaccord's laying off almost their entire roster of small cap brokers, except for the big producers. I don't think that's going to be shocking for anyone to hear if that already isn't out there. And we keep seeing just this friction here with the big banks won't let their brokers go and buy penny stocks or junior mining companies below a certain market cap, and it seems like we've also, of course, got the capital gains increases under Justin Trudeau, and it seems like sort of the government and just the big system of big banks is just doing everything that they can to try to hurt the developers and the explorers. Have you noticed that, and how has it changed your ability to go out there and market a junior company?
Several questions is what you just asked, so let's start with the first one. So I think Canaccord, has changed their portfolio back from the days when Peter Brown ran it and started that company, by the way, that to its model that they have today. I believe in 12 to 24 months from now that same management team that's decided that they're going to lay off all those brokers that have hung their clients out to dry for the last 10 years because they got them involved in junior stocks. And the junior market has really been dead for 10 years. And I've been out of that marketplace for the last 10 years, and I've just come back into it in January of this year and thinking that the tide's changed. You're in slack water right now, if we can use a mariner's term. And the tide's changed. You're in slack water. It's going to start rushing the other way real soon. I really believe you're going to start seeing that more happen as we go closer into the new year. You're going to have a change of administration down south. We don't know which way that's going to go. That's still a toss-up. But regardless of which way it goes, I think you're still going to see a commodities market. It's developing because the whole world, we had COVID and the world got sick and China got pneumonia. And that's all changing now. Everybody's on the mend, and things are improving, and interest rates are starting their decline, and gold prices have started to move up. I mean, I remember when gold was $250 an ounce back in the mid-90s, and we were telling people when it's $300 Canadian. Now it's $2,700 US, and it's $3,750 Canadian. I mean, if you're a Canadian gold producer, you couldn't imagine this on the best day of your whole life. It's a fantastic market. It's just starting to develop, and the junior market hasn't taken off yet. It's going to take off, and it's going to happen. It's just it's probably a few months away from happening, but smart money's in there buying stocks now.
I interviewed Rudy Frank from Seabras, who have the KSM property, and he was saying to me, and Rudy's really well spoken, and I thought it was very insightful of him, but he actually blames the majors for not having done a great job of managing their we'll say share count over the last couple of decades. That we've seen them double their share counts while maintaining the same level of production that they were doing 20 years ago, and then we just don't see the capital flowing in. And when we think about how capital flows, you're going to see a lot trickle into the majors, and then people start to say, okay, those are like looking pretty overvalued. Now I'm going to look to those second tiers, which are already being bid on by the majors, and then that eventually starts to trickle down to the juniors. In the past, when you've seen these gold bull markets, do you get a chance to kind of do your due diligence and then go into the juniors, or from your experience, do you just already have to be positioned because it just happens like that?
Again, that's several topics you brought up. First off, the Rudy scenario is a well-spoken scenario. The difficulty is that, brokers underwrite, they don't overwrite. So we finance where the bid is. There's been a really bad commodity market for the last 10 years or more. And that's starting to change because the whole world just got shaken up a little bit for 10 years. And life goes through cycles. And we're coming out of a cycle. And, what's going on with Seabridge and stuff. I mean, it's an amazing deposit, just absolutely amazing deposit. But you look at the other juniors and stuff, you can't blame it on the seniors. Seniors had nothing to do with it. The junior market is the junior market. And, if we're sitting there and you're spending your mom's money or your own money and you're going, okay, well, what do I do? Do I sit on the sidelines or do I get involved? All of our brokers, mine included, we all loaded up on junior stocks thinking, it's just never going to end. Well, it ended. And when it ended, we're all sitting there holding the bag. And now, so as the market reinvents itself, now you've got the senior markets, the gold producers are doing really well. The price of the metals helped them a whole bunch. And then, they'll get a little bit expensive. I've said this last time you and I spoke, they're going to go up 15, 20, 30% or something like that. And then it'll go to the mid-tiers. It's in the mid-tiers right now. It's all, you can see that all happening. And then what follows next is the junior market. And the junior market, that's where the 10 baggers happen. You buy a stock at 10 cents, it goes to $1. You buy a stock at 2 cents, it goes to 10 cents or 20 cents. That's a 10 bagger. There's no, and that's where the juniors all happen. So getting them financed, they finance where the bid is. You get dilution, which no one likes dilution, but unfortunately that's the name of the game. I mean, I never thought I'd see a stock at 1 cent or 2 cents. When I got involved in the business in the really early 90s, we did 25-cent IPOs. Now if you got a 25-cent stock, you look at the market cap of the company, say, can it support 25 cents? So it's all based on market cap. And companies are sitting, we're sitting with a $10 million market cap. I think it should be $50 million market cap. That means instead of being 20 cents, we should be, 50 cents a share. So that's coming. It's in the works. It's coming. The seeds have been planted. You just got to wait. Just be patient. Buy low, sell high.
Now, I'm going to bring up a personal conversation we had a while back. You once told me that your greatest investing win, not as an operator, but just throwing money into stocks, was Great Bear. That you were early on Great Bear. And just for our audience who's watching this, trying to figure out how to allocate their own portfolios into junior names, just as investors like you were in Great Bear, what is it that you saw when you saw that win that made you go, this is a junior I want to put a lot of money into?
Well, that's just a funny story. So the first time that I invested, I put $40,000 in. I was only allowed to put $25,000, but unfortunately they accepted my check for $40,000. and they're working on a project up in the Golden Triangle. And then they went around, they did another round, I think that was at 15 cents, something, don't quote me on that, but it's pretty close. Then they did another round, I think at 22 cents, and it was still up in this Golden Triangle thing. And I'm going, wow, was that ever an amazing thing, like this really good, I was really happy to get involved again. I wrote another check for 25 grand. And then I think about, don't hold me to this again, but 3 or 4 weeks later, I read this news release, they just sold that property, and they bought this thing for $100,000 in Northern Ontario, and I'm going, what did I just do? Holy smokes. So this wasn't, I bet on management. I didn't bet on the deal, I bet on management. And then management went and threw a curveball at me, and then going, we're not doing that one anymore. I'm going, well, that's what I've just been betting on it. And then it turns out, well, that stock went from 22 cents a share to, I think my last sale was at 26 or $27 a share, something like that. It went to 28, but so that's a luck.
Yeah.
That's not, you bet on management. And management made a strategic choice. We think we know something that other people have seen that didn't work for them, but we see something different. And that's betting on management.
Yeah. And thankfully you didn't blow out all your shares.
Oh no, I rode that whole thing, warrants, shares, and I don't even want to tell you. I mean, it's a CRA issue on how much money I made, but.
Well, I can tell from the suit you're wearing. It's funny because I actually know a guy who made $200 million in Bre-X, and it's because years ago he got like an actual newsletter in the mail, and it talked about this great diamond play in the Northwest Territories, and that's what he invested in, and then forgot about it. And then obviously
Chuck Fipke and the rest of the story, right?
And then the next thing they know was it gold in Indonesia, I think, and.
Different group, but yeah.
But then ended up being a huge scam, but still managed to make $200 million off of it as just.
The difference between finding a diamond mine and a huge scam in Indonesia.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Golden Cariboo for a second here. This is your new play. We chatted at Beaver Creek about it. Just for our audience who's kind of going through our series here in Fort Lauderdale, checking out the different companies. Quick high-level overview of the company for the audience.
Bet on management. Bet on a winning team. This is an amazing story, and it's only just getting started, and the fun part's just getting going right now. I mean, we've just drilled, we've drilled 15 holes. We're actually on hole 18 as we speak. We've reported 14 of the 15. Every single hole has got gold mineralization in it. It's massive. The widths are incredible. I've had a drilling business, been in the drilling business since the late 80s. I've never seen widths like this in my whole life. It's incredible. The staff, including the drillers. The driller's been with me for 32 years. I mean, even though I retired for a while, I kept the same team going, and we found something that's really, it's amazing. And we're surrounded by Sean Rosen and his team. They surround us on three sides of where we are right now. His former company took us out for some $330 million. They surround what we're working on right now. I think they think we're onto something, and we really believe we are onto something. And there's some amazing news that's in the works right now that's coming out from the drilling. It's all based on drilling, right? You don't find gold mines or any kind of mine unless you drill, and we've been really fortunate in our drilling.
So Frank, you guys had one pretty big drill hole here for a new company, 136 meters of 1.77 grams per ton. You have any feelings that the party's just getting started, or can you at least tease us that this isn't the peak?
This is the beginning. It's not the peak. We just got started. We're just trying to figure it out. We don't even know what we're doing yet, to be honest with you. I mean, we know what we're doing, but we don't know where we are. This is really all new ground. We're really excited with how drilling is progressing since we've drilled that hole that you're reporting. We expect to see much better than that, and that's in the works. And yeah, it's I'm not at liberty to talk about. We don't have any more assays than that, but what we have reported is that we've got widths that are larger than that. We don't have the assays back yet, but the widths are definitely bigger. This is a monster deposit. I can't even tell you how big it is because we don't know. We have no idea. But it's a very large deposit. It's not like what Osisko Royalties bought off of us before. This is more like the Malartic deposit, which Sean Rosen put into production. You know, I mean, that is a 60,000 ton a day operation. They gross over 2,000 ounces a day. This has similarities to that, not in size yet, but the grade. the grade is much similar.
Okay, well, Frank, so there's one more drill hole to come out of the season drilling. Was that what I understood?
Oh, no. First off, we drill 12 months of the year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Okay. So you guys are going to be drilling.
We drill. So we've all agreed that they're going to shut down December the 22nd, start back up January the 6th. We're on hole 18 as we speak right now. They're 3/4 of the way through that hole. We've reported up to 15, I believe.
Okay. So 3 more drill hole results that we're expecting, but it's
well, they're still drilling one. There's 2. We've told the public. It's been disseminated that holes 16 and 17 are very large, very deep holes, and I think the market's gonna be very surprised when we put out some news on where they are. We've told everybody where it is, but go ahead. Sorry,
Frank, you're getting me excited here. I'm going to be watching for that news. And is there anything else you kind of want to cover here?
You should phone your broker. You should own some shares.
Phone your broker, guys. I never said it.
I did.
It's Frank who said it.
Phone your broker.
Frank, it's always a pleasure. Thanks so much for sitting here. As a shareholder, I'm really excited to see what you guys come out with, and I hope you have a great week of meetings.
Nice. Thanks. Nice.